Welcome to CVTsport.net Game of the Week. Bringing you high school, college, amateur, semi-pro, and professional sports video from right here in Central Vermont. Over a decade of local Central Vermont sports video action. Get ready, because it's time for the CVTsport.net Game of the Week.
My daddy made this. Daddy!
From the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center, welcome to high school hockey action on CVTsport.net. Getting ready for the U-32 Raider boys as they take on the CVU Redhawks. Some Monday high school hockey for you on CVTsport.net. It's Jim Severance along with Jess Hill, our producer Carl Parton, and on camera Sammy Tucker. Records coming into this one as D2 U-32 takes on a Division I squad. CVU. The Raiders come in at 8-2 on the season, but they're coming off a tough loss on the road. It was kind of billed as the marquee matchup in D2 hockey back last Saturday, and it was all Mount Mansfield. Mount Mansfield down in the U-32 Raiders by a score of 4-0, sending the Raiders to their second loss of the season. And that one, U-32 gave up 30 shots on goal. They had 22 shots on goal, but were unable to put that puck by the Mount Mansfield goaltender. And for CVU, they are coming off a game that I broadcast, and really a tough loss for CVU as they took on Spalding. And the Spalding Crimson Tide put up 6 goals, the most they've scored this season on any team, and they defeated CVU by a score of 6-2 at the Barrie BOR. So we got a couple of teams basically coming off disappointing games, and we'll see how that plays as we take a look at this one. I'll run down the lineups and we'll talk a little bit more before we get your national anthem going. For CVU, the Red Hawks, their top line is Devin Fay. He centers it with Travis Stroh and Brady Jones. Second unit is centered by Nick Menard, who also in the Spalding game, I think he came back and played a little D also. He's a player to watch. Number 20, Nick Menard, a very shifty player for CVU. He skates with Trevin Keefe and Zach Vincent. Third unit is Jack Bryan with Aiden Pillsbury and Stuart Allard. Defensive pairings for CVU. Jacob Whitcomb will skate with Alex Zukowski, who saw a lot of ice time against the Crimson Tide, and Ted Connery skates with Calvin Mullaney. And I believe we'll get it on the announcement, but it looks like the starting goaltender is going to be Jason Douglas for CVU. For the U-32 Raiders, their top line is Ty Rossmassler with Maddox Heiss and Brendan Tedeschi. Second unit is Hazen Stouffer with Lance Starr and Colton Warren. Third unit, Joseph Tucker with Jackson Jaggerman and Camden Tatro. Defensive pairings are Nolan Lyford with Grady Smith and Max Scribner with River Scarata. If you're looking at numbers out there, River Scarata normally number 4, but he's going to be number 11 in this game, and the starting goaltender is Duncan Matthews. Joining me is Jess Hill. We kind of set it up. We got two teams really coming off disappointing games. We'll have to see how that plays.
It should be really interesting, given that, U-32's had a really good season so far. They've had a tremendous number of cancellations. So in the Burlington Free Press Power Rankings, they're kind of down towards the bottom, but I think it's totally because of games played. So I'm sure it was a massive bummer to lose that game the other night, but it's going to make them that much more anxious and excited to get out and put some good pressure on CVU.
And CVU comes in with a 5-6-2 record. They're also in the power rankings. I believe they are near the bottom, and it's not the first time that U-32 has played a D1 squad. They defeated Spalding, and I believe they defeated or either tied the Colchester Lakers, which are near the top of the power rankings. It should be very interesting in this one, as we'll get your starting lineups and face it off from the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center. Crowd still making their way in on a Monday. As long as you get out of work on time, I guess you can make
That's
it into the
right.
game.
It's a good one.
Looking at games coming into this one, we mentioned U-32 coming off the 4-0 loss to Mount Mansfield. And then before that was their big win over Hartford that came on a Saturday, a week ago Saturday, I believe. That was the game that Max Scribner scored with 17 seconds left in regulation to give the Raiders that big win over the Hartford Hurricanes. And so they were coming off a huge win. Then they had to take on the top team in Division II, Mount Mansfield. That was on the road, and they suffered the 4-0 loss. And for CVU, I mentioned they're coming off a 6-2 loss to the Spalding Crimson Tide. In that game, Devin Fay and Connor Mullaney had goals. Evan Peliquin for the Crimson Tide, though, did them in with a hat trick.
Oof.
Alex Zukowski wears number 8, a very strong defenseman for CVU. He is going to be paired this time with Calvin Mullaney. And we'll get your starters for this squad. Zach Vincent being announced. Vincent will skate with, I believe, Trevin Keefe and Nick Menard. And the starting goaltender is number 29, that is Jason Douglas. Now your starters for the hometown U-32 Raiders. Raiders are coached by Shane Locke, and the Redhawks are coached by J.P. Benoit. Skating out for the Raiders is Nolan Lyford. He'll be paired with Grady Smith to open it on defense. Brendan Tedeschi, very flashy player, can move up and down the ice very quickly for the U-32 Raiders. He starts on one of the wings. The center will be Ty Rossmassler. Maddox Heiss will play on the other side. And starting goaltender, I believe he's been there for almost every game this season, Jess. It's Duncan Matthews.
Yep. Yeah, we have seen Henry Lumborough playing a few times in net as well, and he's done a really good job also.
We'll get your anthem, and then we'll face it off.
Vermont middle and high school students can start college for free at the Community College of Vermont. Get a taste of college life and learn about options after high school by attending an Access Day and enrolling in our Intro to College and Careers class. Juniors and seniors are eligible for 2 dual enrollment vouchers, each good for 1 free CCV course. And seniors can complete their last year of high school and first year of college at the same time through the Early College Program. They can even stay at CCV and earn a free associate degree through the McClure Free Degree Promise. Learn more at gotocollegevt.org.
With the playing of our national anthem, players will get ready to drop the puck in just a couple of moments. It is high school hockey action on CBTsport.net. U-32 Raiders taking on the CVU Redhawks. The Raiders, with all these seniors, have had I think it's good for the squad to have a difficult schedule. But as I mentioned, they have played Colchester, Spalding, and now they get CVU, 3 very good D1 squads, and it's only going to help as we head toward the playoff season.
Absolutely, and given all the cancellations that they've had, they're going to average 2 to 3 games a week now, right up until the season ends. So after kind of having to make time, find ice for various cancellations, they're just going to be on the ice 24/7, so that should really set them up as we head towards the end of the season.
Yeah, they're going to be playing a lot of hockey and a lot of home hockey here at the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center. Checking with the coaching staff, I think there's only 2 more road games left this season. And coming up Wednesday, we'll have another one for you. It's a Central Vermont matchup Wednesday at 5 o'clock as they take on Harwood. Redhawks around their starting goaltender, Jason Douglas, who was a Burlington Free Press honorable mention in the preseason hockey, one of the top 25 players mentioned in the state, as well as Brendan Tedeschi was for the U-32 Raiders. And I think maybe Duncan Matthews also was in that category as he is loosening up in the net.
That's exciting. Max Scribner was one of the Burlington Free Press Athlete of the Week candidates last week. So there's a lot of good things happening for U-32. And Jackson Jaggerman was the least made-up employee. This is my HR brain. One of those people that is on the radar but off the radar, so he's doing good stuff.
Now, can you still vote for Max, or is that
That was last week.
That was last week.
This week you can vote for Caitlin Fielder, who's up on the girls' side. So,
quick shot from Brendan Tedeschi, and the first save of the game by Douglas. U-32 right off the faceoff goes down into the Red Hawk zone, and they break it the other way.
ooh,
Ridden into the boards, carrying it in is Nick Menard. Raiders can't get it out, kept into the point. The shot from Zukowski is wide. Tedeschi will backhand it. That's going to go off the boards. That's going to be a quick icing on the U-32 Raiders. So they do get the first shot of this game. It was a Brendan Tedeschi shot. We're just underway, 14:24 to go in the first period, no score. Hazen Stouffer to take the draw against Devin Fay for CVU. This line for CVU is Fay with Stroh and Jones. And here is Stouffer. Stouffer, a good cross-ice pass. Breaking in a star, he cuts around and getting a pad on it is Douglas.
what a great opportunity, one-on-one there down at the end.
Quick end-to-end. Lance Starr, we mentioned that Tedeschi has a lot of speed. Well, Starr does too. And you could see him making his move, but that time Jason Douglas stayed with him and got the pad out.
It's going to be a fast-paced game, Jim.
Face-off win by U-32. Puck in back of the net is dug out by Burgess, and it's going to be fired down. Goes off the stick of Stouffer. Raiders now, this is Rivers Scarata, as we mentioned, wearing number 11, normally number 4. Goes over his stick. Stouffer will fire it out. That'll be icing. Face-off will go back down in front of us in the U-32 Raider zone. Raiders will bring out their top line. Ross Massler on the draw. Draws it back, and the puck is fired around by Scribner, who had the big goal against Hartford. That pass, they were looking for Ross Massler at center ice. It was a little bit ahead of it. Face off back down in the U-32 Raider zone.
Just a little too much power on that one, but they have just this uncanny sense of knowing where the other is. A lot of it due to that big senior class. They've been playing together for such a long time.
Menard and Ross Massler on the draw. Circling around, it's Scribner. Raiders try to set it out. They get it over to Scarata. Scarata is in, centers it in front for a shot. I believe that one got through, and Douglas again got a pad on it. Quick setup for U-32. Zukowski will circle in his own zone. Puck is going to be knocked down on the way in by Tedeschi. That time it was chipped away by Heiss. Now Brendan Tedeschi gets by one player, tries to cut toward the middle. His shot is sticked over into the near side, the far side corner that is. Centering pass is knocked down by CVU. Raiders keep it in front for a tip, and it was just tipped wide of the net. Good pressure for U-32 as cutting around again is Scribner. Scribner tries to go through the middle, but the puck is taken right back. Redhawks will go the other way. And first save of the game for Duncan Matthews as Travis Stroh found that puck on his stick at the blue line, and it came in. Got that first Redhawk shot on goal.
I love the contrast of these two uniforms. We were saying that during the warm-up time, because when there's one player down there in all the red, you can see what's happening a little more easily.
Next break, I'll tell you about what they wore the other game. This is a CVU uniform that I'm used to. Against Spalding, they wore black jerseys with this.
Ooh.
To me, it looks strange.
You know what? I bet that's from their, I forget where they all play, but CSB has black and red.
Oh, maybe.
Excuse me, at the youth hockey level. So maybe there was some retro happening.
Well, this is the CVU uniforms that I like, and for calling the game, yeah, those numbers just jump at you. Devin Fay will be on the draw with Hazen Stouffer. And winning it, being takedown, but staying with the puck was Travis Stroh. Now here come the U-32 Raiders. Lance Starr tries to cut around one player, now tried to fire that puck back. He was looking for Colton Warren. Now they go back to the point. Raiders will try to dig it out of the corner. Warren there. Puck is taken back, though, by the Red Hawks. Bouncing puck is going to go down into the Raider zone. Fired back up by Grady Smith. Smith got it over to Lyford. Taken right back, though, by Devin Fay. Now puck is going to be intercepted, and coming in, glove save by Matthews.
Nice.
As picking up that puck was Aiden Pillsbury. And that puck had a little movement on it as Matthews had the glove out and made the stop. Jack Bryan to take the draw. It's Pillsbury with Bryan and Allard for CVU.
Oh, there's Joseph Tucker. We were just talking about Joseph. Cameraman Sammy Tucker is his younger brother, so nice to see Joseph on the ice.
Tucker's out there with Tatro and Jaggerman for this line for U-32. So both, we've seen 3 lines for U-32, and we've also seen a 3rd line for the Red Hawks. As the Raiders try to dig it out in back of the net, they do, but it goes right on a CVU stick. They'll fire it back to center ice, and this pass goes again over to, I believe it's Tucker in the corner.
U-32 has a lot of depth in their 3 lines as well.
Something you don't see a lot at the Division II level. You see it more in D1. There's a bank shot off the boards looking for Tucker. Just goes over his stick. Good job defensively for U-32, and the puck is taken away. Break it in. And shot is blocked as U-32 firing that shot off by Scribner again. This one is going to be knocked down, but U-32 will keep it in. Now the Red Hawks fired out. It's going to go right, though, on a U-32 Raider stick. Here's Tedeschi. Tedeschi over the blue line. Snapshot, and Douglas will hang on to that one. Goaltender Jason Douglas with 9:45 to go in the first period. We've seen some scoring chances, but so far no score.
I think we've got some real solid goalies here, obviously, so it'll be fun to watch the shot counts go up. And certainly the attendance is going way up. The stands are getting full for a Monday night at 4:15.
A lot of people leaving the office early. Why not?
Absolutely.
What gets done after 4 o'clock anyway?
Nothing good.
Stolen away by U-32 Raiders coming in, and glove save by Douglas. As that was stolen away by U-32's.
Was that Tedeschi, number 13?
It must have been Tedeschi. First time I've seen U-32 in about a month and a half, and I'm spoiled by calling games at center ice at the BOR. Uh-oh, here's a break for CVU. Coming in as Fay, and he fires it wide. As breaking in that time, that was actually Brady Jones. Now trying to backhand it around was Devin Fay, but it's taken right back by U-32. Stouffer will fire it down. Circling around and firing that puck out is Calvin Mullaney. Mullaney off the boards. It's going to be kept in, though, at the point by Scribner.
Looked like
Raiders trying to dig it out in back of the net. They do. Douglas is down, and a second chance for the U-32 Raiders in front. Douglas moved from right to left, but was able to come up with the puck and keep it out of the net.
It is really hard to see from here. It was like, does it go? We really have to count on the red light from way down here to see what's happening.
Yeah, we're not bringing binoculars to the rink. It would look weird.
It would be weird. We'll have to try it, though, just for fun.
Next game, you're bringing binoculars.
Yep, Wednesday.
All right, there we go. It's putting them up and down. I think that'd be the hardest part. As spinning around is Alex Zukowski. Breakout pass is stripped away by U-32, but picked back up by CVU. Snapshot, and there's a glove save.
A lot of good activity by U-32, but CVU seems to have had a couple of opportunities where it's just them and the goalie. So the defense is just getting caught off guard perhaps a little bit, but good opportunities for CVU in this first period.
That last shot by Harper Anderson of the Red Hawks as a face-off win. Quick shot, and Matthews with another save. Face-off win back to the point by Bryan, Jack Bryan. Now they throw it out front, taken right back by Lyford. It's going to be Zukowski in his own zone. Zukowski gets it over to Anderson. Redhawks work their way in. No one to pass to in front of the net. It's going to be picked up by Maddox Heiss. Knocked back in. Now Heiss picks it up again at center ice. Raiders on a changeup. Heiss trying to deke around a couple of defenders. Puck is knocked away. It's going to be backhanded down low by Grady Smith. And picked up by the Red Hawks. Zukowski with a bouncing pass. Looking for Zach Vincent. Zukowski again in his own zone, goes around the boards for Harper Anderson. Zukowski that time was looking for Trevin Keefe.
Nice job by Scribner keeping that puck in play for U-32.
Raiders so far have played pretty well defensively, not allowing the Red Hawks with much as far as breaking the puck out of the net. They seem to have trouble once they get to center ice. This one is going to go over the stick, but
just
back
missed.
is Scarata to fire it back down low. Quick off the bench is U-32's Grady Smith. Here come the Redhawks working their way in, and we're going to see the first penalty as the Redhawks are going to go on a power play. Travis Stroh was taken down. Douglas is out as U-32 is not touched up yet. Redhawks will reset with the extra skater out there. You hate it when they go that far back, though. You've seen.
You're like, wait, what happened? What was the penalty?
Or the other disaster that rarely happens, a team puts it in their own net.
Oh, geez.
I've seen that in major college games.
That's a good point. I have not seen that yet. It's interesting. You said you haven't seen U-32's team here. I haven't seen the boys in like 2 months. So aside from them practicing for fun last week when Pink the Ring got canceled, they scrimmaged with the girls. They all mixed up. That was some high-quality hockey. Those guys were not giving each other any passes. Obviously, no checking, but they were exhausted. 2 full hours of high-intensity skating. It was super fun to watch.
Well, the good news, you can see them a lot the rest of the season with almost all but 2 games home. So here go Redhawks on the power play. U-32 able to clear it out, though. Puck is along the boards. It's backhanded in. by a number that we're going to have to check. We don't have number 27 on CVU. Shot. Matthews gets a glove on it. Almost tipped in front. And Duncan Matthews sprawls out and comes up with the save.
Looked like the net was going to be off a tiny. Yeah, I think that was more the whistle than that Duncan actually had control of it. But what an opportunity for CVU. Whew. Power plays. We got to get this thing iced.
Quick question. Do you have a number 27 for CVU on your roster?
I do not.
Okay, we'll find out who that is between periods as the puck is thrown down.
I'm glad you mentioned Rivers' number had changed, because I would be like, wait, who's number 11?
Good job on the penalty kill. Redhawks, though, pick up the puck. 1:16 to go on the power play. Coming through, letting the shot go is Devin Fay. Fay follows it up. Now Stroh gets in the corner. Our number 27 tries to center that. It's going to be knocked out by the U-32 Raiders. Picked up again by the Redhawks. Coming in is Menard. Menard with a snapshot. I said he could shoot the puck, and Matthews had the glove there, had good vision on it, and comes up with the save. Ross Massler on the faceoff. It's going to be kept in at the point. Good job getting a stick in there, though, as Ross Massler as he knocked that pass away. Menard digs it out of the corner. Menard tried to center it. Had a player camped out in front of the net. That was Jack Bryan, but he couldn't get the pass to him. It's going to go all the way down.
Oh, nice.
Quick recovery by the Redhawks. This, I believe, is Bryan looking to go end to end. Puck is centered.
Nice job by Grady Smith.
Now Connery redirect and they score. And it will be a power play goal as they come out of the corner. It may be Zach Vincent that gets it, as there were two Redhawks right in front of the net, and they just found room on the inside post. And it comes at the 4:02 mark. There's only 15 to go on the penalty, but that will be a power play goal, and it's CVU taking a 1-0 lead.
Yep, that is Zach Vincent. He went first through the line, so that's a good sign. That usually helps us out if that's the goal scorer.
Although with some teams, it's good maybe 85% of the time. And there's a nice glove save by Douglas. Between periods, we'll get the official scoring.
I'm trying to figure out who's doing the announcing down there for U-32. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, I think Connery gets the assist. It's assisted by number 16, which was Ted Connery.
Puck goes up and out of play off a CVU hand there, so.
See how the Raiders respond. They've had the better of the play in this first period, but it's CVU taking advantage on the only power play opportunity so far in this game. Scarata fires it down. It's knocked down, though. It's going to be thrown into the Raider zone. Stopped by Matthews. Pinching in is Devin Fay, and Fay comes up with a puck. Fay centers it. Had a player breaking in toward the front of the net. Fay was trying to get that one to Brady Jones. Now it's fired around by Scribner. Here's Ross Massler. It's poked away by Fay, but Ross Massler stays with the puck. Fired down. Now Zukowski breaks it out for the Redhawks. Defenseman cuts in. Tries to make a second move.
That sounded worse than it was.
Taken away by Tedeschi. And Devin Fay strips it from Tedeschi. Fay's shot is wide. Here comes Hazen Stouffer, gets speed over center ice. Stouffer is going to burn it in and chase for the puck. Stouffer takes a Redhawk player into the boards. Good hustle there. Raiders create a turnover in the corner, but it's going to go back on a Redhawk stick, and they will fire it down.
Nice pass.
Pass perfect on the stick of Lance Starr. Starr is going to stop in the corner, maneuvers around. Starr beats his player, comes in for a backhander. And I don't know if they got a piece of Douglas. It was a beautiful move by Lance Starr. Or the net was knocked off. Wondered why we got the whistle.
Right, it looks like the net's off. Those pesky nets. Especially when the puck's real close. Somehow they just pop off their moorings.
Shifty move, though, by Starr as he used his speed. He beat his defender toward the front of the net. Redhawks trouble getting it out. It's going to be fired back down by Grady Smith. Pass over along the boards, looking for Trevin Keefe. Menard battling for the puck.
He's got
nice
some
move
fancy
through
moves.
One player. That's Menard. That's who I talked about.
Right.
Loves to carry the puck. Definitely has some moves. Raiders, though, take it away. Cross ice pass over to Tatro. It's just over his stick. It's picked up by Mulaney. And here comes the Redhawks again the other way. Second time that was Menard into the zone. Scarata fires it around the boards. Now a River Scarata in back of his own net. Looking to get it out. He was looking for Tedeschi. Some open ice for the Redhawks. Now stopping and trying to fire the puck toward the front of the net. That goes off the pad. Loose puck in front of the net as Matthews is down, and the puck was bouncing around. It was on the stick of Jones. Golden scoring opportunity for Brady Jones, and we kind of see what happened at the other end. Net was knocked off, so we get the whistle.
I think that Matthews got a leg on it, the initial shot, so that was good. And then the action of the save kicked the net off.
.35 seconds to go, period. Redhawks used their point. Now they fire it back to Travis Stroh.
Nice.
Stroh was looking cross ice to Jamison Yandow, but it went off his stick. Maddox Heiss with a beautiful pass over to, was it Tedeschi for the shot?
Yep, Tedeschi and Heiss were just all over the place down there. Great opportunity.
Ross Massler goes back to the point. Time running down in the period, though. Raiders will have to hurry to get a shot off. His shot is wide. A quick one by Scarata goes off the goaltender Douglas, and that is it. After one period of play, it's the CVU Redhawks leading the U-32 Raiders by a score of 1-0. Redhawks getting a power play goal from Zach Vincent. That came late in the first period. It was Vincent from Ted Connery, and that's our scoring so far in this one, as CVU leads the U-32 Raiders by a score of 1-0 after one period from the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center. It is high school hockey action on CVTsport.net. Jim Severance along with Jess Hill, our producer Carl Parton, and Sammy Tucker on camera. We'll take a break. We'll get your shots when we come back just before the second period. We'll take a break, and second period action is coming right up.
This local sports video production is made possible by Maplewood Travel Service and Information Center, off Exit 7 in Berlin, featuring gas, diesel, excellent food from the deli, an exploration-worthy beer cave, and an extensive selection of candy, snacks, and soft drinks. With Maplewood locations, off Vermont 14 in Southbury, off Exit 3 in South Royalton, off US 2 in Waterbury, and on South Main Street in Rutland. When you are on the road, Maplewood is the place to go. Made possible by locally owned Packard Fuels. Located in East Montpelier, Vermont, Packard Fuels is a proud supporter of local athletics and community events. Packard Fuels provides home heating oil and service throughout central Vermont. Owned by Ellery Packard III, Packard Fuels, 802-262-3835. Packard Fuels, keeping you warm.
Mark and I worked at Berrytown Elementary School when we were in college. We're both very family-oriented and community-driven.
Barry has a special place in our heart, obviously being our hometown.
When I met Mark and Ruben, they were college grads. 7 years later, they manage over 750 units in Vermont. In their spare time, they give back to the people they grew up with.
There are people in our hospital bills. We actually help them out with the day-to-day expenses.
Local business owners, local community members, just a lot of local people that are congregating to help raise a lot of money for these families.
In small towns everywhere across America, this story gets repeated over and over. Local businesses coming together to support their friends, neighbors, and customers.
Our priorities and the bank's priorities align. We're all trying to make the community a better place.
I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
This game is also made possible by Vermont Fellowship of Christian Athletes, established in 1954, a community working to see the world transformed by Jesus Christ through the influence of coaches and athletes. You can find more information at fcavermont.org, and you can contact them by email at glennolson@fca.org.
This game was made possible by Tournament Specialties, Central Vermont's corporate and team apparel specialists. If you are looking for an updated look for your business or want the latest look for your sports team, Tournament Specialties is the place to contact. Along with their embroidery and ink decorating services, they also work with groups who want a storefront to sell their items. A great way to fundraise without upfront cost and risk. Email Jeff at Tournament Specialties to learn more. tournamentdesigns@gmail.com.
And they score, and it will be a power play goal as they come out of the corner. Puck is along the boards. It's backhanded in by a number that we're going to have to check. We don't have number 27 on CVU. Shot. Matthews gets a glove on it. Almost tipped in front. This one is going to be knocked down, but U-32 will keep it in. Now the Red Hawks fired out. It's going to go right, though, on a U-32 Raider stick. Here's Tedeschi. Tedeschi over the blue line. Snapshot, and Douglas will hang on to that one.
Vermont middle and high school students can start college for free at the Community College of Vermont. Get a taste of college life and learn about options after high school by attending an Access Day and enrolling in our Intro to College and Careers class. Juniors and seniors are eligible for 2 dual enrollment vouchers, each good for 1 free CCV course. And seniors can complete their last year of high school and first year of college at the same time through the Early College program. They can even stay at CCV and earn a free associate degree through the McClure Free Degree Promise. Learn more at gotocollegevt.org.
Nice job by Grady Smith.
That was Connery. Redirect and they score. And it will be a power play goal as they come out of the corner. From the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center, teams are back on the ice getting ready for second period action. U-32 Raiders and the CVU Red Hawks. After one, CVU leads it by a score of 1-0. That CVU goal was, we did have it right, Zach Vincent from Ted Connery. Shots for the first period were even at 8 shots apiece. And to do a little bookkeeping, our player that we didn't know, number 27 for CVU, is Connor Mullaney, who was out for some of the season. He's back and playing. I think this is his first game back. So
oh, nice.
We've got all the names and we're ready to go. Face-off win by the Raiders. Now it's going to be backhanded down low by Harper Anderson. Quick stoppage of play. We'll face it off again. Just underway, second period action. Menard on the draw for the Red Hawks. Taken by U-32, but then stolen right back by Nick Menard, but Menard was ridden off the puck by Max Scribner. Now Anderson gets the puck over to Vincent. He fires it down low. Puck goes around. Keeping it in along the boards are the Red Hawks. Nick Menard, nice move out of the corner. Lost it on his third move. Now Menard picks it up again. His shot is just wide. May have got a piece of it by Matthews. Good second chance effort there by Nick Menard.
Ooh.
Couple of Raiders. Menard collides with Starr.
The only hands up are for offsides. There's some protests coming from the CVU side, but looked like a collision there.
Travis Stroh is trying to cut through the U-32D, but the U-32 defenseman Scribner got a stick in there, knocked that puck away. Now Scribner reverses back.
That might be Nolan Lyford.
It is Lyford.
Oof.
Glove save on a quick snapshot.
A lot of pressure by CVU right out of the gate here.
CVU certainly has come out in the second period and taken it to the Raiders for the first minute 30. Face-off win. Letting that shot go. That is Calvin Mullaney. Battle in back of the net. Raiders will try to dig it out. Maddox Heiss tries to dig it out. Rossmaster with the puck, but it's taken back. Now it's Mullaney. Cross-ice pass is going to be knocked down. Thrown back down by U-32. Reversing the puck around is Connery. Has an assist on the only goal of the game so far.
Did I mention I've only been calling girls hockey, so the checking always seems so much extra. And these are two very physical teams.
Yeah, if this were a girls' game, a lot of this...
There'd be a lot more arms up.
Yeah, they wouldn't let it go. Puck is over the blue line, but the Raiders will pick up the puck. As breaking in, that's Brady Jones, wears number 23. Now a long cross-ice pass. Raiders try to get something going. Working into the zone, going wide, trying to fire it toward the front of the net was Joseph Tucker. Kept in, good job keeping it in. That shot is sticked, and that's going to go up into the netting by Jason Douglas.
Great shot by River Sharada.
We want to say hi to Rivers' grandfather down in Jersey. Sam is watching the game in Jersey.
That is awesome. Loving it. So is my mom. Hi, Mom. I think she might be CVT Sports #1 fan, and she doesn't have a grandkid on the ice, but she has me, so.
Now, she's not in Jersey, is she?
No, she's in Northfield.
Okay.
But she's still watching.
Well, it's colder in Northfield, I can tell you that.
That's true.
Puck is stolen away by U-32. They'll fire it down. Pass off the boards, looking to retrieve it in the corner is Hazen Stouffer. Stouffer and Harper Anderson. Stouffer gets it back to Lance Starr.
Great pressure here.
Starr into Warren. Warren tried to backhand it toward the front of the net. Taken back by Zukowski. Kept in by Scarata. Puck in the corner. Scarata cuts in. Puck is taken right back though. Tedeschi steals it just inside the blue line.
Well done. Really great opportunities here.
Raiders try to force it out front.
So
Almost
close.
got that to Tedeschi out front. Now another shot that goes off Douglas. Warren tries to center it toward the front of the net, and we got a whistle. Stoppage as Douglas had it under his pad, but good pressure by the U-32 Raiders, as that's their best burst so far we've seen in the second period.
Yeah, a couple of great shifts back to back.
Puck is fired around by Jamison Yandau. Rossmassler tries to cut toward the front of the net. He was almost held. Heiss now goes back to the point. Now here's Maddox Heiss. Heiss works it over to Rossmassler. He waits, throws it out front, looking for a tip. Goes right through the slot area. Now here's Rossmassler again. Puck is taken away by the Red Hawks. Raiders will reset. Mulaney goes down, allowing U-32's Tedeschi to get there first. Menard tried to tip that one over to Zach Vincent, taken right back by the Raiders. Coming in, ringing the post.
Nice job, Maddox.
But the referee has signaled a goal. Referee immediately made the call, and the Raiders have he signaled goal. As the play continued on, we continued with the call.
We're at a disadvantage here at CVMCC because the light on this end is on the wall, and all we can see is the guy running the light. So, looks like that will stand.
So we'll get the announcement on that U-32 Raider goal. Here comes Harper Anderson. Anderson, defenseman, skates it in, taken right back by the U-32 Raiders. Now here's Alex Zukowski in back of his own net. We are tied at 1. Nice pass right on the stick of Travis Stroh. Stroh is going to stop. He circles, fires it down low, taken right back by U-32. Raiders will fire the puck in and chase for it. This is going to go on net, so it won't be icing. Redhawks looking for a changeup, though. Stolen away by Zukowski, now taken right back by the U-32 Raiders. Nice drop pass. That's going to get a piece of the netting with 9:03 to go. Maddox Heiss gets the goal.
I don't know if we know who got the assist.
Maddox Heiss
Awesome.
tying it up. Face-off win by the Raiders. Fired toward the front of the net.
Great traffic. The goalie couldn't see it.
Now Lance Starr with it. Stripped away, though. Scarata will fire it back. Goes on the stick of Scribner.
Oh, that's offsides all day for an hour. Don't be mad about that, Red.
Touching up, I think he knew it. That was Aiden Pillsbury, number 21. That was just slightly offside.
Just a tad. That's the best. I watched some really fantastic hockey the other day, and I forget what the deal was, but there was one team stronger, but they called for offsides 14 times. I was shocked.
Wow. Redhawks in their corner, unable to get that puck out, is Seamus Phelan. It's centered right in front of Lance Starr.
That looked like it was in, Jim, from our vantage point up here in the crow's nest.
His pad was right along the goal line.
We're gonna have to watch the replay.
Douglas, I think, kept it out. Another shot from the point from U-32, but it was right along that goal line as the Raiders have come out strong after scoring the game-tying goal.
Definitely motivated here.
Here's Tedeschi. Tedeschi tries to bank it off the boards. He does with the self-pass. Tedeschi goes wide. Tedeschi in the boards by Phelan. Menard fires it around. Nick Menard picks up the puck. 2 defenders back. Only 1 back from Menard. Menard breaks in.
Oh, wow.
And does he score?
He scores.
He does put
Same
it inside
shot.
post. Nick Menard, beautiful rush there for the Red Hawks. And he buries it. Takes it all the way out of the zone.
They made the same sound, and our guys are going to have the same question. They're pointing to this end of the ice, so I'm not sure what's happened, but
We'll check the go over, and
I think it's frowned upon if one of the players is on the ground and the other man is holding him on the ground. I think maybe if I had to guess, that's what Coach Shane's asking about.
Menard will get the goal. Referee signaled goal right after it went in as we heard the ping instantaneously.
What's the question?
But now they're...
Can they really reevaluate that goal this far ago? Seriously, this is like this weekend's football games. Whew.
Well, you got to go to the CVTsport.net
Yeah.
replay.
I'm waiting for Carl. But ironically, the goal on the other end was almost the exact same as the goal that was scored here. I could hear the ping from there. I appreciate these refs having this discussion because many will not. They'll just wave their hand at you.
Well, they've skated away from our producer, Carl Parton, have not asked for his advice on this goal.
We're going to get a call. Where's the red phone?
In the NHL, where do they call to? Toronto?
Right? We get New York for NFL.
We have Live Barn here, too, but I don't know where the camera is.
It's on this side behind the benches, so.
Oh, it wouldn't be any good.
I don't think so.
It's a good goal. Menard gets it, 2-1. Red Hawks with the lead.
Looks like maybe we're offsides here. I've seen this new trend with refs, too. The whistle blows and they're nodding their head like, yes, I called that. Nice job.
Good hustle by Tedeschi.
Duncan.
Tedeschi throws it out
so
front,
close.
just missed. Out front, hitting that one to Maddox Heiss. Puck is in the corner. Raiders will try to break it out again. It's kept in, though, by Brady Jones. Now it's going to go out to center ice. Calvin Mullaney. It's knocked down by Tedeschi, who was kind of trapped in his skates for a second. And Travis Stroh will come up with it. Good defensive play as Stroh tried to get nifty around the U-32 defenseman Scarata. Scarata got a stick on it. Now Mullaney's shot. That goes off the blocker of Matthews.
Oh, such a good
Loose
opportunity
puck
there.
almost picked up by Tedeschi. Now Calvin Mullaney with a shot, glove save by Duncan Matthews. Second period trickling down, make that 6:24 to go in the second period. CVU on top of U-32, 2-1. Both teams notching a goal here in the second period. U-32 Grady Smith will go around the boards. U-32 trying to do a give and go pass as they got that on the stick of Petro. Here comes Menard the other way. Menard, who has won this game, that's stripped away though by a U-32 defender. And it's going to go all the way down for icing.
Yeah, the pace of this game, it was quick the first period, but definitely has picked up some more. We always had really good battles when my kids were here at U-32, and one season beat CVU 1-0. I think in overtime, maybe not, but it felt like a championship game because we were D2, they were D1, and we had friends on that team. So long history of good games here between these two clubs.
Puck stays in the zone. It goes on the stick of our number 27, which is Connor Mullaney. Taken right back by the U-32 Raiders.
Oh,
and they score, letting
wow.
a snapper go from the point, and tying it up is Max Scribner.
For those of you watching at home, you're going to get an epic replay because that was pretty to watch. Hit the far right post, rang around the inside, and nothing but net there. He kind of snuck up on it, don't you think? It was a sleeper shot, and then, whew, very exciting.
Maybe a slight hesitation. You'd see that probably more on the replay, one that maybe Douglas would like to get back to, but he might have hesitated on that shot just a split second, and that could have thrown off the rhythm of Jason Douglas. Either way, nodded it too on the Scribner goal for the U-32 Raiders. Cutting toward the front of the net is Lance Starr.
Wow.
He gets a shot off the rebound by Colton Warren. He had some room. Couldn't get a lot on the shot, though.
So fancy. Great opportunities. They're just in the right place right now. I love watching them pass.
Here's Warren, but he's taken down by Anderson, battling with Anderson. Mulaney goes into the zone. Some sticks get up high.
Some arms went up in the air, but not the refs.
Oh, I was looking around.
You're looking around, you're like, no, it was mostly the guys in white.
That pass is stolen by Harper Anderson as he fires it down in the U-32 Raiders zone. Raiders they have Hazen Stouffer or near the blue line. They get it to Tedeschi this time. He'll fire it down. Menard and Hazen Stouffer going at it with the sticks. Menard circles around. This one is taken away by Tedeschi up front to Stouffer as he was getting the shot off. I think it was Menard got his stick in there.
More hands up on the U-32 bench. I think disappointed twice now from a hit with a hit from behind.
Definitely some quick hockey end-to-end action.
Mm-hmm.
Guess they're not announcing the assists as the play continues on. We'll pick that up between periods. Here come the U-32 Raiders, 4:19 to go. Centering it for Tedeschi. Couldn't quite connect on that one. Heiss and Tedeschi. Stroh fires it out to center ice, but that'll get the netting.
Was Heiss on defense initially, or was he been on offense this whole time?
He was on that first unit with Ross Massler and Tedeschi.
Right. Yeah, he's got some speed.
Here's Alex Zukowski. He stops in back of his own net to reset. Gets it over to Stuart Allard.
Nice.
Raiders try to get a bouncing puck. Tedeschi had it kind of bounce over his stick. Quick shot that is going to go off the blocker of Douglas. Working his way around. Good job by Nolan Lyford. As a defenseman, works his way all the way in. Zukowski will bank it off the boards. Lyford will fire it back down low. Raiders would have to clear the zone. Goes off the skate of Menard.
Nice job.
Cutting
nice
toward
job.
the front of the net is Heiss. Just lost it. Here comes Menard the other way. Tedeschi gets a stick in there. A couple of players hack at Menard. You got to do something to slow him down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they've kept him a little bit quieter this second period so far. Maybe just a tiny bit.
Yeah, he's one of those players that he's so good in the open ice. It'll be Vincent on the draw. Tried to get it back to Mulaney. However, Raiders will chip it into the zone. Digging it out of the corner for U-32, it's Joseph Tucker. Tucker goes back to the point. Now they're going to work it onto the corner to Jaggerman. Works around to the near side. Harper Anderson. Tucker comes in to get a stick on that one, and it's thrown in front.
Almost had a CVU assist on that. Great reflexes here by this goalie.
They're trying to redirect it out, and they almost put it in their own.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
CVU change up. Top unit Devin Fay out to take the draw. Fay against Hazen Stouffer. Stouffer along the boards. Warren now battling. Puck is going to go on stick, and breaking the other way is Travis Stroh, but it's going to go over his stick. It'll be picked up by Scribner. Lance Starr backhands it in. Got
Beautiful
that one over to
pass.
Stouffer, but Douglas was there to stop that one. 2-2 game here at the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center between U-32 and CVU. Colton Warren was trying to maneuver that around one player. Puck was taken back in back of his own net is the Red Hawks' Travis Stroh. Lance Starr comes in to help. Devin Fay in the corner. Now Menard tried to get that pass out to Brady Jones. Jones will chase for. Scribner and Jones go into the corner. Now here's Starr.
Just looking for that long pass.
Looking to spread the ice, the U-32 Raiders. Shot is way wide, but the Raiders will keep it in, hustling in off D and keeping the puck in. Now it will squirt out. Scarata will work the puck around. 1:23 to go.
Oh, that ref has almost gotten it a couple times.
That was close. The ref had to duck on that one. That was Devin Fay. We'll see if Devin Fay has a penalty called on him sometime in the third.
Sometime.
He was just trying to get it out, but he came close to the ref.
The last game I was at, we had a lot of errant slap shots and 2 or 3 kids hit the ice. So that's never good. You got to put the moxie on it, but point it in the right direction.
Here's Zukowski in back of his own net. Gets it over to Anderson, but it goes over his stick as Warren or Ross Massler gets a stick in there to knock that puck away. Now Lyford throws it. Ross Massler will try to dig it out of the corner. Back of the net, it's Tedeschi.
Ty's set up right in front.
Had both Ty and cutting toward the front of the net, couldn't get it to him. And breaking the other way, it's Zach Vincent. Vincent's over the blue line, tipped away by the Raiders. But right back on D, this goes over to Trevin Keefe. Keefe over to Connor Mullaney. Only 21 seconds to go, period. Puck is up high. Those are sometimes dangerous the way it was deflected.
Yeah.
And Matthews was more like a baseball player trying to grab that one.
The glare of the light in his eyes, it must have hit the ceiling.
Only 10 seconds to go in the second period, tied at 2. Devin Fay on the draw. U-32 controls it. They try to break it through, only a few seconds to go in the period. And second period will run out. Raiders get 2 in the second period. CVU gets 1, and after 2 periods of play, we are tied at 2 apiece between the CVU Redhawks and the U-32 Raiders. The goal scorers in this one, Zach Vinson and Nick Menard for CVU. And it was Heiss and Max Scribner, the goal scorers for the U-32 Raiders. High school hockey action on CVTsport.net. We'll take a break for the second period intermission, and then we'll come back with third period action from the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center.
This local sports video production is made possible by Maplewood Travel Service and Information Center, off Exit 7 in Berlin, featuring gas, diesel, excellent food from the deli, an exploration-worthy beer cave, and an extensive selection of candy, snacks, and soft drinks. With Maplewood locations, off Vermont 14 in Southbury, off Exit 3 in South Royalton, off US 2 in Waterbury, and on South Main Street in Rutland. When you are on the road, Maplewood is the place to go. Made possible by locally owned Packard Fuels, located in East Montpelier, Vermont. Packard Fuels is a proud supporter of local athletics and community events. Packard Fuels provides home heating oil and service throughout central Vermont. Owned by Ellery Packard III, Packard Fuels, 802-262-3835. Packard Fuels, keeping you warm.
Mark and I worked at Berrytown Elementary School when we were in college. We're both very family-oriented and community-driven.
Barry has a special place in our heart, obviously being our hometown.
When I met Mark and Ruben, they were college grads. 7 years later, they manage over 750 units in Vermont. In their spare time, they give back to the people they grew up with.
There are people in our community who are battling childhood cancer. This organization doesn't just financially fund their hospital bills, we actually help them out with the day-to-day expenses.
Local business owners, local community members, just a lot of local people that are congregating to help raise a lot of money for these families.
In small towns everywhere across America, this story gets repeated over and over. Local businesses coming together to support their friends, neighbors, and customers.
Our priorities and the bank's priorities align. We're all trying to make the community a better place.
I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
This game is also made possible by Vermont Fellowship of Christian Athletes, established in 1954, a community working to see the world transformed by Jesus Christ through the influence of coaches and athletes. You can find more information at fcavermont.org, and you can contact them by email at glennolson@fca.org.
This game was made possible by Tournament Specialties, Central Vermont's corporate and team apparel specialists. If you are looking for an updated look for your business or want the latest look for your sports team, Tournament Specialties is the place to contact. Along with their embroidery and ink decorating services, they also work with groups who want a storefront to sell their items. A great way to fundraise without upfront cost and risk. Email Jeff at Tournament Specialties to learn more. tournamentdesigns@gmail.com.
All right, well, I'm going to do a quick intermission announcement here. This is Jessie Hill. Pink the Rink 2023 has been rescheduled, as you diehard U-32 fans know. So we're going to look to postpone this event to Monday, February 6th. That is 1 week from tonight. It is a doubleheader. The girls will play Hartford at 4:15. The boys will play Burlington at 6:30. We will have food. We will have games. We will have snacks and baked goods and silent auctions, so please come and support this tremendous cause. We'll be donating half of our funds to the National Life Cancer Treatment Center. The other half is going to the Cancer Patient Support Foundation, and both are local here in Central Vermont. So come, bring your cash. We'll have Chuck-a-Puck and all kinds of fun things. Please wear pink in support of all the cancers. I think I said a couple weeks ago, it's hard to say purple the rank or blue the rank, but certainly there's no less cancer research or no cancer research that's less important. So please come and help us break last year's record with both attendance and with funds. We hope to see you on Monday, February 6th here at Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center at 4:15 so we can pink the rink. Thanks so much.
That puck out is Seamus Phelan. It's centered right in front of Lance Starr.
That looked like it was in, Jim, from our vantage point up here in the crow's nest.
His allowing U-32's Tedeschi to get there first. Menard tried to tip that one over to Zach Vincent, taken right back by the Raiders. Coming in, ringing the post.
Nice job, Maddox.
Allowing U-32's Tedeschi to get there first. Menard tried to tip that one over to Zach Vincent, taken right back by the Raiders. Coming in, ringing the post.
Nice job, Maddox.
From the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center, teams are back out on the ice, getting ready for third period action. We've got a good one on a Monday. U-32 Raiders and the CVU Redhawks are tied at 2 apiece. Jim Severance along with Jess Hill, our producer Carl Parton, and Sammy Tucker on camera. Recapping the scoring so far. After 1 period of play, CVU led it by a score of 1-0. A Zach Vincent goal from Ted Connery. It was Maddox Heiss unassisted early in the second period, knotting things up at 1 apiece. Then Nick Menard scored at the 7:38 mark of the second period, putting the Redhawks out in front by a score of 2-1. That was an unassisted goal, but then Max Scribner comes back for U-32 with an unassisted goal. And that's where we stand. We are tied at 2 apiece. Puck is on the ice, and we are underway with third period action from the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center. Forcing the puck toward the front of the net. U-32 Raiders right off the bat. And Jason Douglas with an early save 10 seconds in.
That probably is going to set the pace for this whole thing. It's a barn burner, as we say. All tied up. I feel like they've been really evenly matched this whole game. Aside from the one power play, we've only had that one penalty early on for CVU. So for U-32 with the penalty, but.
And the shots have been close. The shots are 16-14 in favor of the Redhawks. Circling around is Travis Stroh. Tries to get it out to Brady Jones. Kept back in. Now the Raiders will circle around, try to dig it out of the corner. They'll fire it down low. Cutting toward the front of the net, pinching in was Scarata. Now they do throw it out front, but at that time, there was nobody there. Puck is taken away. They try to get a pass over to Lance Starr, but it's behind him. Now Scribner for the Raiders will fire it back to Scarata. River Scarata cross ice pass, knocked down by Calvin Mullaney. Saved by Matthews on the long shot from Devin Fay. Colton Warren tries to get around a couple of players, but it's taken right back. Menard goes in to the zone. Menard is hit, and I think we may get a Raider call. Let's see what we do. We got a rough being announced as Nick Menard had the puck at center ice. At least the referee signaled roughing, but no one's gone to the box yet.
Yeah, that's interesting because they were playing the puck. Let's see what they say.
Or is it referee going over to the U-32 Raider bench?
Looks like Ty Ross Messler a little shaken up on that play.
So they were just stopping the clock, I believe. Yeah, they were just stopping the clock, so.
We're having a lot of change of personnel here, on and off, on and off. Looks like we've got 5-on-5, so that's good.
We'll face it off again at center ice, so no penalty call there. Lyford goes back to Grady Smith. Smith off the boards. It's backhanded down low by Jaggerman. And CVU will break it the other way. Couple of defenders back. Into the zone is Menard. Menard with a backhander, and they score. Menard got it out front. I don't know if Connor Mullaney got a stick in there or not. He's first through the line, so he may have deflected off the goaltender Matthews. I think Connor Mullaney picks it up from Nick Menard, but whomever, it's a 3-2 lead for CVU.
20
got it. So Menard gets the goal.
Just snuck through the 5-hole there for Duncan Matthews. He's been playing fantastically tonight too.
Raiders will have to play from behind. Here's Calvin Mullaney. Kept in though by U-32 snapshot. That's knocked down on the way in. Now a second shot centered for a backhander as Joseph Tucker was able to get that puck toward the front of the net. Raiders had a couple of chances.
Great pressure. And it looks like number 17, Jackson Jagaman, maybe was getting some kudos on that too, so a great second effort there.
It'll be Hazen Stouffer on the draw, as the Redhawks are unable to make the last change. Or are they?
I don't know. I'm watching Henry Lumber over here. He cracks me up.
13:04 to go. U-32 down by 1, 3-2. Face-off win. It is Warren. Warren tried to throw it out front to Hazen Stouffer. Deflected, though, off the stick of Brady Jones. Now it's Calvin Mullaney in his own zone. Going off the boards for Jones. Harper Anderson in offsides. Face it off just outside the blue line. With 12:40 to go in the third period.
Looked like just back a bit. I didn't see the puck come out, but it looked like U-32 had to tag up to get back into the zone over there. So I didn't see it come out, but I must have just missed it. I'll have to watch the game back later.
Ross Massler with the face-off win gets it over to Scribner. Redhawks will try to reset, but the puck is stolen away by Tedeschi, but then taken right back by Zukowski. Tedeschi and Zukowski battle in back of the net. Raiders throw it out front. Nobody there this time. Now they work it around. Good puck movement for the one-timer for Colton Warren, I believe. Couldn't connect on it. Nice setup, though.
So close. Let's try again.
Tedeschi fires it in. It's picked up in back of the net. And with some speed, here comes Alex Zukowski. Gets it over to, I believe it was Devin Fay. Actually got it over to Aiden Pillsbury. Now Ross Massler to Tedeschi. Tedeschi's shot.
Wow, looked like it went in.
Big rebound, though, off Douglas. Nobody there for U-32. Now they center it out front, but couldn't find anyone in front of the net. Redhawks will break the other way. That is Menard with a head of steam. Menard now in back of the net. Bouncing puck, they try to center it. Shot, and Matthews comes up with the save with Devin Fay's shot.
It's a couple of times now.
The blue line.
Yeah, a couple times now. U-32's had their back to that puck when those big rebounds have come out and just kind of left sitting there. And the goalie's like, okay, nobody see it.
Tucker out with Jagerman and Tatro, I believe.
Looks like Grady Smith back here. We want to say hi to Cliff. Cliff, the ice cream man from the Dairy Cream, is watching all the way from Florida tonight. Hey, Cliff, we'll see you in the spring.
Yeah, don't come back Saturday. It's going to be 50 below.
Right. No one's going to buy ice cream that day.
I don't think so. I'm exaggerating a little. Pass in front of the net is taken right down, though, by Travis Stroh. Couple of times the Raiders have centered the puck, and they've had some open looks, but they haven't been able to get a player in front of the net to connect on those.
Yeah, no one's been right out front. They've had 3 back on watching for those breakaways, I think. Nice job keeping it in there.
Battle along the boards. Puck goes up high, gets a piece of the netting, as we certainly did get a good crowd coming in here with our 4:15 start. A little bit later for the Wednesday game. The Harwood game starts at 5. Hazen Stouffer on the draw for the U-32 Raiders. Draws it right back to Lyford. Lyford with some open ice. Nolan Lyford goes in over the blue line. Puck deflects off his stick. Stouffer got back to cover his defensive position. Forced wide into the zone is Harper Anderson.
A weird bounce on that glass.
Colton Warren now cross ice pass. Lance Starr with some speed trying to get there. Starr beats a defender to the puck, but the Redhawks able to get it out.
I keep meaning to ask Hazen Stouffer if he plays baseball. He's had a couple of baseball-minded moves lately.
High off the glass. Fired back down by Grady Smith. Now it's Keefe along the boards. Taken away by the Raiders. Colton Warren hanging on to the puck in the corner. Colton Warren and Zukowski battle for it. Raiders try to chip it toward the front of the net.
That might be Ty Rossmassler, and it's good to see him back out there. I only can tell because of the A. The 8 and the 9 look exactly the same from this distance.
Puck is in the corner as the Raiders try to dig it out. Now Tedeschi goes back to the point. To Scribner. Scribner carries it around. Scribner trying to do a wraparound, went right through. Raiders keeping the puck in the Red Hawks zone. The Red Hawks needed a change up. They'll get it here. But in spite of the time they had it in the zone, they really didn't get a lot of quality shots out of that.
But as long as it's not down there, it's not near U-32's net. So there is that.
Both teams will change it up. That was a fairly long shift. Here's a break for the Red Hawks coming in. Menard, he's tight, tries to do the backhander. Ridden into the boards. Menard doesn't get it this time as he goes flying into the boards. Raiders try to pick up the puck. Goes off the stick of Jaggerman. Now the puck is picked up by Scribner. One defender back. Scribner comes in for a backhander. Douglas saves. Scribner throws it out front again.
Gets his own rebound.
The puck is going to be cleared out.
Jaggerman completely mauled on that last puck that he had. All the coaches' arms went up on the white team. No call there. I will say that the refs seem to be doing so pretty evenly matched. Both sides just letting the teams play this out.
That last play, Max Scribner making something out of nothing, putting pressure on Douglas. Face-off win. Shot from Smith, deflects off the pad of Douglas.
Just waiting for that red light. It's really easy to lose control or lose sight of the puck from here, but the goalie was out of position. He's had a great game too. Raiders are going to have to take advantage of any opening that they can get tonight. Tie this up.
Second time that net has come off the moorings at a time where U-32 is putting pressure on. Face-off win toward the front of the net. However, Red Hawks come up with the puck. And they are offsides as breaking into the zone. Harper Anderson tried to stop. Unfortunately, as he stopped, it was Connor Mullaney came in just a step ahead of him.
I think the Raiders had some help in that too. Oh, let me just stand here on the blue line. You're not coming through here.
Stouffer on the draw. Goes to Calvin Mullaney. Puck is going to be kept in at the point. Now Lance Starr with one defender back. Starr and a good defensive play by Mullaney as Starr was cutting toward the front of the net. Mullaney got a stick on it.
Big open ice hit there. Oh, that's a penalty.
U-32 will get the power play.
Well-timed 2 minutes of an extra skater. The first one was incidental, right? Playing the game. The second, just a little late, and Shane did not have the puck. Lance, sorry, Lance. Hi, Shane. Shane is doing a lot of good coaching from the bench while he's a bit sidelined right now, but I still managed to mess that up.
It'll be Connor Mullaney gets the penalty.
Ooh, that's big for U-32.
Raiders with a power play, 7:04 to go, third period. They need one to tie it up. They get the face-off win. Scarata over to Tedeschi. Tedeschi's shot and no rebound by Douglas. They will set up again. This one is a face-off win by the Red Hawks. Defensive pairing of Scarata and Scribner. We'll start it off. Max Scribner at center ice. Scribner is going to skate it in. Scribner taken into the boards by Fay.
Manages to keep the
They
puck.
throw it out front, but actually it's tipped away.
Sticks on the ice.
Unable to get it toward the front. Scribner will try to keep it down low. Shot is blocked. Raiders get a second chance. Scarata comes in with a backhander. That is blocked by the body of Devin Fay.
CVU 4-on-5, but with one less stick than the Raiders as well. Looks like a broken stick mid-ice.
Now circling around, and the puck is going to be cleared out.
Oh, gosh.
1 minute gone on this Raider power play.
Little extracurricular happening on the right side, Jim.
I missed that one as we're following the puck. Scribner's going all the way in. Scribner gets a shot off. He was in tight when he fired it, and Douglas makes the save. Another one goes high off the glass. Tedeschi will pinch in. It's going to go down, though, in the U-32 Raider zone. Only 25 to go power play. Here's Hazen Stouffer, 3 defenders back. Stouffer goes around. He cuts toward the front of the net, and it's going to be a tripping call as Stouffer is taken down. Matthews comes out. Although the Red Hawks able to touch up. So for a short time, it's going to be a 5-on-3 for 12 seconds on the tripping penalty. And the trip is on Calvin Mullaney. But time is running down in this period, only 5:16 to go. This is the Raiders' break to take advantage. Even if they don't get it on the 5-on-3, win the face-off and set something up.
Yeah, great pressure here.
It'll be Ross Massler and Fay on the draw, but we are going to get a timeout here. Didn't see, I think he signaled timeout by actually CVU took that timeout. So U-32 gets their shot at it. They are down 1. They'll get the 5-on-3 roughly for 12 seconds. And if they can't bury that, then basically it'll be a little less than a 2-minute power play as they'll try to work something up. They've had some pressure, but I think we've said it all this game. U-32 at times they've been missing just by a fraction. Or if they have a centering pass and they find some room for a shot, they just don't have the player there.
Right, but they've been playing really all over the ice. You know, the speed of this game has been impressive to me. So someone's going to be in the right place at the right time with their stick down because the passing is really crisp.
And outside of the goal that they gave up here in this third period, that was the Menard goal, which was a nice one. But outside of that, there really hasn't been a lot of offense generated by the Red Hawks.
Well, and certainly with Menard in the penalty box, too. I think he does a lot, but he also makes a lot happen. So with that player, you know, offline for a bit. So the best opportunity likely is in these next 12 seconds.
U-32 around their coaching staff. Head coach Shane Locke. And it is J.P. Benoit, head coach of the CVU Red Hawks.
That last goal, number 3. All right, here we go. I said barn burner, Jim. What's the next level up? I feel like these guys are going to be all in, all over the place, both sides.
A real barn burner. Here we go. Raiders keep it in with a quick snapshot. It's going to go over into the corner. Here's Tedeschi. One player is back. Shot from the point. Douglas save. No rebounds.
I mostly probably always see Nolan Lyford on defense, but he is a goal scorer too. Just a lot of good players on this team. Of course, they're all stacked up right now. Take this opportunity.
Face-off win. Scribner goes over, slap shot.
Great save.
They set it up again for Scribner, but it's tipped off his stick. He keeps it in along the blue line. Good job by Calvin Mullaney, though, to put pressure on him. Looks like they're looking for Scribner to quarterback, get something going on this power play. It's going to go over the stick of Rossmassler, go down into the Raider zone. 1:11 to go on this U-32 Raider power play. Rossmassler with a cross-ice pass, stopped nicely by Maddox Heiss. Heiss gets a shot on goal, but Jason Douglas has no trouble with that one. U-32 will change it up. They'll bring out Stouffer with Starr and Heiss. With just under a minute to go on this power play, a face-off win. Cutting toward the front of the net is Hazen Stouffer with a shot. Getting a piece of that one was Douglas. That was their best chance. Now they go back to the point. Scribner's shot is deflected on the way in. It bounces across the front of the net.
Colton Warren picks it up. He's just looking to set this up.
Trying to find someone open in front. Starr tries to do a backhander, a turnaround move. Puck goes off his stick. 27 to go on the power play. Raiders working the corners. That shot is wide. It's going to be picked up by Scribner. Scribner stops. Goes back to the point for Starr. Starr shot through traffic, and they score! They pick up the rebound. They tie it up with only 10 seconds to go on the power play. Starr got it started from the point, and there was a lot of traffic in front of the net, in front of Douglas.
There sure was, and the refs are talking about this, which makes me a little bit worried for U-32, but let's see what happens here.
They will go to the benches if it's Colton Warren first.
How's our replay, Carl? Carl's got no replay, folks, sorry, but it was fantastic. Everybody was in the crease, all 10 players, plus the goalie. So we'll see what the, who Colton went through first? Good, he was working that so hard down behind the net.
It'll be Colton Warren from Lance Starr.
Assisted by
Lance
Starr. Yep.
Wow, we got our scoring right here.
3 minutes to go, 3-3.
Here's River Scarata. I'll say those words, bar in overtime. Oh, stolen away. Unable to corral that puck. Now they do get out up front, right in front of the net, and Matthews sprawled out. As it was a nice feed from Stroh, and now cutting through, but a good defensive play. And now we're going to see a Red Hawk power play.
Yep.
We're going to go the other way with 3 minutes to go, as the U-32 Raiders will draw the penalty. And with exactly 3 to go, Red Hawks will go on the power play.
And again, like CVU's penalty kill earlier, Duncan being one of our, not Duncan, 13, Brendan Tedeschi being one of our strongest scorers. It's kind of a double whammy with him in the box. We need some tough defense from U-32.
Quick shot from Matthews is deflected wide of the net as he had the glove out. It's going to be cleared out by Lance Starr. 2:48 to go, third period. 1:47 to go, power play. Alex Zukowski, defenseman, winds it up in his own zone. Redhawks bring out they open the power play with their second unit out there, although actually Menard's out there. Well, here's Starr shorthanded.
If anybody can make that happen, it's him, right?
He stops. He ragged a few seconds away.
He's not giving up on that.
Now cutting through is Zukowski. Nice drop pass. Cutting toward the front of the net. Tried to get that one over to Connor Mullaney, but it's cleared out.
Maddox Heiss is going to put some pressure on that puck.
1 minute to go on the power play. 1:57 to go, period. burning his way into the zone. The puck is cleared wide by Ted Connery. Digging it out is Brady Jones.
Oh,
Jones' shot is just wide. Looked like a harmless shot, but it was very close.
I'm not sure Duncan even saw that because, yeah, it just came out of nowhere.
Puck is knocked off the stick of Menard. 30 to go on the power play. 1:26 to go at third period.
CVU really taking their time on their line change, kind of missing out on their power play. I don't mind, but it's interesting.
Yeah, that last, they lost 20 seconds getting it out of their zone. Here's Anderson. One final gasp for the Redhawks on the power play. And a good defensive play by Lyford. Travis Stroh could not get around Lyford. Here's Zukowski with Rossmaster right on him, and Tedeschi almost had a stick there to knock that away. We are under a minute to go, third period.
Nice.
Puck is banked off the boards. Scarata just wants to get it out of the zone, which he does. Lyford off the boards. This
nice
goes over to
pass.
Colton Warren, one defender back. Good defensive play though, knocking that away from Colton Warren. 24 seconds to go. Warren fires it down deep with time running out in the period. Alex Zukowski stops in back of his own zone. It was touched by U-32, won't be icing. Matthews dangerously out of the net, but he got there in time. Here's Scarata along the boards. Puck is chipped away. It's going to be touched up by Hazen Stouffer.
Ooh. What you don't want to have happen is a puck going in the net with 2 seconds to go and your mindset is overtime. Am I right?
Yeah, and I said the words overtime at the 3-minute
You
mark,
did.
and we get it.
You did. Wow, what a great game.
Well, it's an early start. It's not dinner time anyway. I'm ready
Right.
for some hockey.
Let's play some hockey.
Teams will meet around their benches and plan things out. I believe they get 2 minutes, or maybe it's 3 minutes before we start the overtime period here at the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center.
It's typically a 5-minute overtime, Jim.
Yeah, it's a 5-minute overtime, and I think it's a little longer break. Give the players some time to get ready to play. To recap the scoring, it was Zach Vincent for CVU in the first period from Ted Connery. After one, CVU led it by a score of 1-0. After 2 periods, we are tied at 2 apiece. U-32 Raider goals unassisted from Maddox Heiss and Max Scribner. And for CVU in the second period, Nick Menard scored an unassisted goal. In the third period, got to correct that goal by CVU. That was by Connor Mullaney. Mullaney scored that goal from Nick Menard. And then it was U-32's Colton Warren from Lance Starr. And that's where we are, 3 apiece. Getting ready for 5 minutes, sudden death, extra hockey action from the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center.
It's funny, Jim, you said Mulaney's back tonight after a break. He's having a heck of a game.
Yeah, he was a player that we did not have his number on the roster, and all the coach said is he's been out a few games, but he came back this one. Yeah, he's having a great one.
Good timing.
Want to let you know our next game isn't too far away. It's coming up Wednesday as the Harwood Highlanders come here for boys action at the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center. It's going to be a 5 o'clock start as Harwood comes for a 5 o'clock game. That is a Division II game.
It's always a good crosstown rivalry.
But plenty of home games for U-32 as still to come here. Games against Burlington, Linden, Brattleboro, Woodstock, Burn, Burton, and Northfield. All those are in a row. All those are home games. My math isn't very good, but
that's all of them.
6 straight home games. And
that's fantastic.
They close it out. They do close it out on the road as they play Middlebury. Obviously, U-32 would love that #1 seed, but right now sitting atop Division II is Mount Mansfield. U-32 right now is in a tie with Stowe, and they do not play Stowe the rest of the season. I think they played them earlier.
Wow, that's exciting. What a great opportunity to be able to play on home ice with your fans, especially given the hurdles they had earlier in the season. They had teams canceling for illness. They had a couple snow days. I mean, I feel like honestly it happens every single year because they're going to play Monday this week. They're going to play Monday next week. They've got some other games I think they still need to make up. So exciting times. I love when the boys and girls teams play together on the same night because they get all the fans. So we'll have that next Monday, like I mentioned earlier, for Pink the Rink. And then also next Wednesday, boys and girls U-32 hockey are home again for a doubleheader starting at 4:15 on the 8th of February as well.
All right, plenty of hockey. And we still have some hockey to describe to you as Devin Fay is out there to take the draw for CVU. Ty Rossmassler for the U-32 Raiders. Sudden death. 5 minutes will play, tied at 3 apiece. Travis Stroh fires it down into the Raider zone. Max Scribner gets it over to Tedeschi. Tedeschi cross-ice pass. Breaking in was U-32's Maddox Heiss. Now Tedeschi in the corner. Puck is going to be worked around. It's Ted Connery. Connery around the boards, gets it over to Keefe.
Oof.
Knocked back down by the U-32 Raiders.
That was an excellent shot. Had that skater not skated through, I'm curious what would have happened.
Redhawks will get it down into the Raider zone.
They're
Speeding
calling
down
off
is Devin
icing.
Fay, but U-32 gets there first. Under pressure, though, they'll circle back, get it over to Scribner. And I didn't see the penalty call.
Yeah.
I saw the goalie sprint out, but we've got a U-32 penalty. Did you see it?
I did see it. That's tough. I think Nolan anticipated the icing, and it was called off at the last minute. And there was a big arm through. Let's see what it's calling him for hooking. I don't know if it was that, but it didn't look ideal for us at that moment.
Well,
so that's a bummer.
Here's the break for the Redhawks. They will go on a power play in overtime on the penalty to Nolan Lyford. 4:07 to go in OT. U-32 killed off the last Red Hawk penalties.
They'll have the
Redhawks will start
opportunity.
again.
Yeah, they'll have the opportunity to ice it up out at least.
This is Nick Menard ridden into the boards by Tedeschi. Menard, who loves to carry the puck, goes right into the Raider zone. This time he stops, feeds it back to the point for a shot. That is high over the net, deflects around the boards, kept in by Zukowski. Zukowski now works it down low. Puck is fired out by the U-32 Raiders. Alex Zukowski will circle around in his own zone. Alex Zukowski cuts through a couple of players, comes in, and Matthews has to make a nice move on a zigzag move by the defenseman, Alex Zukowski.
It was kind of just all of us and Alex on that shot. Great save by Duncan.
1:11 to go on the power play. 3:18 to go in overtime, tied at 3. Quick shot out of the corner, and it was knocked down on the way in. That was a nice look, though, for the Red Hawks. Now it's Menard. Menard works it over to the other point for a shot. That's high off the boards. That's Connery with that shot. Menard in the corner to Travis Stroh. Back to Menard. Menard snap shot, saved by Matthews, loose.
Gosh.
It went behind him, and it deflected around the net. Another shot that's blocked by a defender. Matthews is still down, and we get a whistle.
There was a lot going on. I have no idea what happened. Great saves, though, by Duncan over and over. A lot of pressure by the Red.
I don't know, did the puck just fly up into the
Out
netting?
of play, maybe?
It must have hit the netting.
They're all going after it hard. It's pretty likely.
Devin Fay to take the draw. 30 seconds to go on the power play. It's going to be kept in by Zukowski. Knocked off his stick, though, by Starr. Pinned up against the boards. Only 17 now to go on this power play. As Lance Starr doing work along the boards, just trapping that puck in his skates.
Just trying to try that up.
Max Scribner unable to get it out. You can hear the pounding. Penalized player is going to be back on. as he is, so they kill off the power play.
Oh, right there.
Could not get him out of the box, though, for the break. 1:54 to go in OT. And here come the Redhawks and Ted Connery. Connery drops it off, stolen away by U-32. And Tedeschi gets it into Starr, and Starr tried to cut it back and lost control of the puck, and there was no one in front to redirect it past Douglas, and now the other way. Here's Connery comes in. Matthews covers the angle, and it goes just off the stick as we go end-to-end exciting action in OT.
That's a penalty all day.
Yeah, it looked like.
Didn't it look like it to you?
He got the stick in there.
He was definitely interfered or hooked or something.
Play on with 1:09 to go. Matthews with the save.
Nice job.
On the Ted Connery shot. So we went back-to-back. You thought that Lance Starr had a beautiful
so
chance.
good. He did such a good job. They played that so well.
And then the other way, almost the same thing. Speed both ways in this one with 1:05 to go OT. It'll be Fay and Stouffer on the draw, but I think U-32 is, are they taking their time out?
Yep. Wow, my heart is racing. Some good hockey.
Two very even teams. A 500 team in D1 against the U-32 Raiders, only a couple of losses in D2. And they have definitely played their hearts out on a Monday night, and it hasn't been solved yet. Raiders did a good job killing the power play, though, I thought. Basically, especially, I could name a couple of players. I think one was Warren, one was Starr, but they ate up a lot of time with the puck, just trapping it up against the boards. There was one really good setup on the power play, but they really, if I remember right, only one great chance for the Redhawks on that power play in overtime. You hate to see that in OT whenever there's a power play.
When they've been so evenly matched and they've played so well.
Raiders out to take the face-off. Here come the Redhawks.
The last minute.
These fans, they got their money's worth. They're making some noise.
Absolutely.
Looks like we got a youth game after.
Yep.
1:05 to go OT. Face-off win for the Raiders, doing the self-pass off the boards, breaking into the zone, cutting it back, a shot and a save by Tedeschi with a shot. Another one by Tedeschi. Beautiful save by Douglas.
Tremendous. No one's behind the net for U-32. Oh, there he is.
Brendan Tedeschi in back of the net, 45 seconds to go. He's going to go back to the point. That one goes through traffic. It was deflected and a save by Douglas.
Tremendous save.
Another centering pass. 33 to go. Brendan Tedeschi looks for the open point for a shot.
Oh, wow.
And a glove save.
Great shot, River. That's going to leave a mark.
We're not being repetitive here, but Jason Douglas put on a show the last 30 seconds.
How did he even see those, right? Because the last second redirect, it's one thing to follow the puck from the shot, but hit a couple legs, couple shin pads.
You could see his reflexes. Somehow he reacted back on that shot.
He's probably been playing goal since he was 2 years old.
23 seconds to go. Raiders will try to pin him in and throw something toward the front of the net. It's Hazen Stouffer with the puck. That's going to be cleared out. 11 to go. Matthews will get it to Scribner. Oh, and here's a giveaway coming in, and the shot, did it go off the goaltender or wide? A chance there for Devin Fay.
Wow.
And we are going to end in a 3-3 tie.
We're happy to escape with a tie on that last-minute fluff there. What a great game, Jim. Super fun to call with you. Great to see these guys just giving it their 100% everything.
That was an excellent hockey game to call, no doubt about it. Ends in a 3-3 tie. And boy, the last 40 seconds of that, especially U-32 with all that pressure around the net. Redhawks come out, congratulate Jason Douglas, the other end Duncan Matthews had to make his stops for the U-32 Raiders, but it ends in a 3-3 tie from the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center. Recapping the scoring, Zach Vincent opened it up for CVU after 1. The score was 1-0. Second period, Maddox Heiss, an unassisted goal for the Raiders, followed up by a Nick Menard unassisted goal for the Red Hawks. And then Max Scribner came back with an unassisted goal, knotted up at 2 apiece. And third period, we got the goal from Connor Mullaney, and then the U-32 Raiders tied it up and sent it to overtime on the Colton Warren goal from Lance Starr. And it was an exciting 5 minutes of OT featuring the U-32 Raiders had to kill off 1 penalty. And we end with a 3-3 tie. Excellent hockey game.
Absolutely. Those are the best. Great day to get out of work a little early and come watch some good action. Do we have a tournament specialties player of the game, Jim?
Specialties player of the game. And is it a local player?
We're looking at Carl. Carl's nodding. Usually is. I don't know. It may be that if it's, I don't know. We always do this, Jim. It's the last second. We're about to wrap up our broadcast. And I thought they all played super well.
Yeah, I really think they played a strong game. Looking back in it, I'm going to pick someone that I thought had a strong game offensively and on the defensive end. Didn't figure in the scoring, but I thought Colton Warren was all over the ice, and in particularly, defensively played very well. So we're going to give it to Colton Warren. Strong game for the U-32
Excellent.
Raiders.
Well done.
That's going to just about wrap up our broadcast. Jim Severance along with Jess Hill, our producer Carl Parton, and Sammy Tucker on camera. We are back here in a couple of nights. Wednesday night, U-32 Raiders will take on the Harwood Highlanders. We'll have that for you at 5 o'clock. Once again, our final score, we go to overtime, and we end this one tied at 3 apiece. Good night from the Central Vermont Memorial Civic Center.
This has been a local sports video production brought to you by CVTsport.net, your local sports video leader. We'd like to thank our longtime partners, CVTV723.org, channel 192 and 194, Central Vermont Community Access Television, and Orca Media, Onion River Community Access Television in the greater Montpelier area is media for the people.
My daddy made this. Daddy!